Have you heard about hair highlighter?
No.
Let me tell you everything about it. Because I saw this on my favorite hair account. I've talked about this account before. I think I talk about it like once a month. At Matt Loves Hair.
Yes.
If you don't follow him, follow him. He's
so
a hairstylist from New York, and he shares all these hacks and tips. He tries all these viral hacks. So as I mentioned, he's an expert. So he'll kind of tell you really if it's going to work or if it's worth trying.
He's very honest.
He is honest. He's like us. He's basically a New York version of us. So he recently tried one from a big beauty content creator called Glamzilla. I don't know if you've seen her videos before. I think I've tried a couple of her hacks for the podcast before. The results look so good that I just had to try it. Okay, I videoed the whole thing, so I'm going to take you through
You're so
what
excited.
I'm doing. I have the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter. It's around $20. This is a real trust the process kind of thing. So I sectioned my hair out and I basically use the front of the powder and press it into my hair and drag it down my strands.
Oh my God. So it's like a pressed highlighter powder, which looks like it makes it easier because it's like you open it on a strand of your hair and then you shut it.
No, you just keep it open and then you basically drag it powder side down from your roots to your end. You can start as high as you want.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so during this, I was like, oh my goodness. This is
It looks like it's fully changing the color of your
color's
hair.
molten gold.
It also looks like a bit of it's crumbling off.
It's crumbling and it's the chrome is chroming. It did not look like my color and I had so much doubt. I was like, oh, it looked kind of messy. It was all in the sink as well.
Oh. It's also a waste of product, right?
Yeah, and it's all over my hands.
No.
The palette looked
messy.
really shocking. And it was all over my dress and I was like, this isn't how it looked when Matt did it. But he brushed it through with his fingers. So I basically dragged it through my hair, then brushed it through with my fingers. But I was kind of like, is this doing anything? It just looks like I've got a weird orange tinge to my hair.
Well, it is doing something. You did use a gold highlighter.
Well, my friend, I've got to tell you, look at my hands, by the way. I look like the Tin Man. I then used the Tarte Cosmetics Amazonian Clay Highlighter in Shimmer. This is a silver highlighter. Again, it looks like it's not going to be a good time. I'm dragging it down each.
It looks like you're giving yourself grays.
It really does. I was like, I look like a...
also,
literally,
what's really annoying is that because you have to put the whole product on your hair, you can't get your roots. So
I know, and I
halfway.
didn't know how high to go as well. So I started kind of near the end of my eyebrows. Basically, that's where I started dragging it down. And I wish I used a claw clip or something to kind of section
cool
it out.
Now, Erin.
I was still doubting it. At this point, I was still like, okay, it kind of looked like dandruff. I'm going to be honest because it was silvery.
No, I'm digging this. You know who
You're
you look
digging
like?
it for now.
You look like Rogue from X-Men.
But that wasn't going to be my aim for the Christmas party.
Oh, it wasn't a dress-up party?
It wasn't a dress-up party. Anyway, so just showing you.
Oh,
it looks like a boob shot, but
all
showing you
of the products
how
on Erin's
glittery
tits.
Everything was so messy, and I was like, oh gosh.
But Erin, it looks good.
Anyway,
I like this.
I was doubtful, but then I went upstairs into really good light, brushed out my hair, got my sister to kind of shine the light so I could properly see it. It looked so good and sparkly and fine. So when you properly brush it out, it actually looks like a good time.
This looks so good. We have to do this tomorrow.
Would you have thought that from the beginning
No.
where my face was kind of I've made a horrible mistake?
Yeah, and it
brushing
looks
it
really
out.
messy. So I think you have to, tomorrow for the Christmas party, you have to do this for everyone else because we can't.
We're going to have a line in the bathroom.
It's going to be highlighter everywhere, all over the sinks.
I'm going to be honest, the second product that I used, I think it was almost creamier.
Right.
So it wasn't as bitsy as the Maybelline one because that just went
stuck
everywhere.
better?
But I'm going to be honest, look, you can probably still see
it's everywhere.
Glitter was on my phone,
Yeah.
on my face. It was everywhere. Anyway, so it looks like I'm about to go to a party.
Girl.
I actually went and ate lasagna with my mum and dad after this, but I looked great.
That's also a party.
It was also a really good party.
It looks good. I would say that I'd rather one of those really cheap glitter hairsprays.
Yeah. The only thing with those though, as sometimes you use them and it kind of
Gets crispy.
Or makes your hair kind of like section weird, especially when you've like washed it for the Christmas party and then you go and spray it and you're like, cool. We actually used that another year, the Mamma Mia team. Something's wrong. We're like in this hair game for good. Anyway, I'm going to call it, this is a nail.
You're calling it a nail, okay.
It's a trust the process kind of thing. You got to use the right highlighter shade. You got to know it's going to get messy. Like my hand's completely covered in highlighter, so is my face, dress, everything. So maybe do it before you put on your Christmas party outfit.
Yeah.
You could also try, someone in the comments mentioned, you could also try just using a big fluffy brush
and brushing your
and
hair
brushing
with it.
it.
Yeah, I was going to
brushing
say
it through
that.
your hair, which is really good, less mess and
you don't
mess
use
up your
that much
palette.
product as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's also really good, like if you don't plan on actually doing this hairstyle, but say you want to go out one night and you want to do something quirky.
Yeah, a little bit funky.
If you just have a highlighter in your bag, as like some of us do.
That's the thing, because when you talk about like hairspray, like, the glitter hairspray and stuff
it's
like
always
that,
a pre-plan,
yeah,
right?
you got to think ahead.
Whereas here, someone will just check out that
Someone's
highlighter
going to
tomorrow.
have a padded highlighter and you're going to be like, give that to me. I'm rubbing it all over my hair.
Yeah, and they're like,
going to be like, thank you.
That's a lot of money.
If you don't want to try this highlighter hack, though, I get that it's a bit of a commitment. You can always just look at there's so many great glosses on the market right now, like laminator glosses for your hair. I really love the L'Oreal Elevave glycolic gloss 5-minute lamination treatment. So that's obviously not like shimmery or sparkly, but it will give you a beautiful like glossy shine to make you just feel really good.
Ah.
Anyway,
and
so there we have it. And